You are enough just as you are. This statement is often used to encourage people to accept themselves for who they are without feeling the need to change or improve themselves to meet external expectations or societal standards. It acknowledges that everyone has value and worth just by being alive and being themselves. It's important to remember that we all have strengths and weaknesses, and nobody is perfect. We may have things we want to improve about ourselves, and that's okay. However, we shouldn't let our perceived flaws or shortcomings define us or make us feel inadequate. Learning to accept ourselves and love ourselves for who we are is a crucial part of our mental and emotional well-being. So, remember that you are enough just as you are. You don't need to be anyone else or meet anyone else's expectations to be valuable and worthy of love and respect. Don't say you can't until you prove you can't. However, it is important to remember that sometimes it is not necessary to prove that you can't do something in order to avoid taking on tasks or challenges that you know are beyond your abilities or resources. It is perfectly acceptable to acknowledge your limitations and focus on the things that you can do well, rather than pushing yourself too far and risking failure or burnout. At the same time, it can be helpful to approach challenges with a growth mindset, believing that with effort and practice, you can develop new skills and abilities over time. Like more on negative parts than the positive ones. Throughout history, there have been thousands of famous failures. The master of trial and error Thomas Edison, the genius Albert Einstein, Michael Jordan, Stephen King, Abraham Lincoln, Walt Disney, Henry Ford, Bill Gates, and Steve Jobs all failed many times in their life but are considered one of the most successful persons in their area of work. Here are failure quotes from these successful people. Failure quotes. Failures are foundation stones of the success forts. I don't let failure defeat me. Instead, I rise above it to make me stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Failing to fail will never give you the real joy and happiness of success. Failure is success in progress. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. If you learn from defeat, you haven't really lost. The difference between average people, achieving people, is their perception of and response to failure. I never lose. I either win or learn. Giving up is the only sure way to fail.